So that's what my sister-in-law Kiki did to my father, NYPD cop. She was my her daughter. Mr. Patrick, the district attorney at Queens County, taught me when he tricked me to steal TV sets at Macy's department store, electronics department. Right, they got me on film doing the transaction. And so Patrick, he's the DA, not a prosecutor, who was nice enough. We was 19 years old when he brought to me. I said, "Oh shit!" So my sister-in-law did to my father now at the NYPD. She worked at the medical center, Nassau County Psych Ward, with kids, with children. And my niece, her daughter, was not taught how to walk yet at 3 years old. So that means she's planned that shit she planned ahead of that shit. That means she kind of knew she was going to move into my father's house one day. She had that knowledge, Kiki, which is kind of weird, my brother's wife, right? And then, because a couple of weeks before that, my father said, Jeffrey, Brittany doesn't know how to walk, but she likes climbing up the staircase. So I was aware of it. So when she caught my father alone, I think she moved in about 2 months. When she understood the mannerisms of us Marsmen, how all of us move and what time we go to work. My father was upstairs and just heard him, you know what I mean? And she was in the basement apartment, Kiki, with Brittany. But by this time she understood who comes down the staircase and everything. So she knew it was my father. She knew I was at work at Macy's. She put the baby on the staircase to which she naturally likes to crawl up. And my NYPD father, who was off duty, when he stood at the top of the staircase, the girls put her head up, and my father had said, "Hey, Kiki, is it wise for," and the girl fall backwards and almost died. Kiki tried to make it seem like my father threw her down the staircase, as though he's using his sound voice to misguide her, when he's trying to play it off. So that's what's going on, where they put the crime on you. You understand it? It's a secret pattern. They make you do the work as a man. Women, when nobody's around at first. So pick it up with Deidre now. Before men got involved, it was just me and her. Before the security even came, it started with just me and her. You understand? And then 3 other women came in to support this secret. One was Jewish, I remember that, acting surprised before men got involved. That's when I turned on the phone, you get it? And said, let me protect myself. The men's security didn't arrive yet. You got to get you alone. You heard me? And got everybody tricked, all men. And if something happens to me, they took my phone away, which means they wanted me to be hurt and not have no way to contact people as they do what they do, and they make me cough up the blood. I'm telling you. You understand this shit? And that's how Kiki got my father for the NYPD. And she picked up my niece Brittany. She screamed so the next door neighbors can hear it. The Monteverdis. All to make my father's conscience get all fucked up. And she took the baby to the job, and my father had a complex after that. They're gonna think it was him. That's when he brought Ralphie Valdez to the house to kind of slow shit down. But then when Ralphie came, I know she did it now. Her job was to attack me. Because my father was trying to protect me. And I would have protected him. But keep in mind, look what Kiki did. She's the one who committed the crime. But she made it appear that my father, he was the last one to make contact with her. You get it? He was the last one. He even said it. She even forced him out of a script. It's a forced act for people to respond and get on record because people are going to ask what happened. He said, "Oh, this is what happened." You get it? She made him. The FBI is forcing people with these performances. That's called act of terrorism. We need to separate. You're forcing people to take acting lessons. You're forcing us to take acting lessons when we gotta live with each other. Doesn't make a difference. You're making people respond to shit, and we gotta tell if something happens. We don't want that shit. We want to live in peace in our houses. That's how they're taking over real estate, whatever. And that really fucked my father up. He didn't know when to tell me. He had to think about it and said, at one point he felt I deserved to know. You understand? Kiki probably was acting funny, whatever, but I don't want no contact with women anymore. And that's what Fabi did to me in California. She had let some pain out on me. As a woman, I was like, what the fuck you hit me for? And now Sam and them, the nurses out here, after Mark already got me down with the haldol, it's not enough. They like the punishment. They love the punishment, these women. That's right. I have no threshold, whatever. And they was trying to figure out, like, it's kind of funny. I was already medicated. Security already came up here. And I have a right to say no. So the women came and surrounded me and said, Jeffrey, like, I gotta do it. You gotta do the, I said, I decline. And the fat bitch came in here and said, and then Sam said, the women surrounded me. Right out here. And Sam said, Jeff, you gonna punch me? Right? And they stuck me in the arm twice, I think with two needles. I'm already down. But that's to throw me off, saying, make sure you don't spot how we're using security. Because Mark did the damage now. He already established the case. They're trying to kill me with the coughing up the blood. Don't you get it? And it's kind of confusing. If I would have died, Mark did it. Mark already said he was a problem that day. They like to follow right behind men. And either way you look at it, women, to stay ahead of men. You understand it? And then when they took me out to the operating room, all the surgeons looked at me and I said, I'm not doing it. They said, take her back upstairs. And we go through the same path because I'm surviving. When I come back, they'll say, you have a right to say no. Until they right to find the right person to deliver the right blow. Women want to supervise this shit. Women, this is women's lives. We caught them. You understand it? They don't know how to get out of it. And keep using the roly-poly blood pressure machine. It's because they claim they have a shortage of them around here. But you should see what they're doing. My stepmother did this to get close to my father. There's still his fire on. Acting like it's psychological. The Russians been here, but now they pile on top of us. That's where America's having a problem with domestic terrorism and shit. I'm stuck on the floor as though I work at Macy's department store. And when they talk to other patients, they want to talk to me because they want me dead, women. And it's why they keep me in the room with a roommate in housing. Because when I'm there, they want to say like they're talking to me. Because they wanted my father to be this way towards me. I told you, they're trying to re-raise me. And he already committed to it. And it caused me this injury I got right now just to say your father, like, somebody was dying for this shit for years. I hate the way him and his father love each other. Right? My father built me a driveway. My own driveway. Somebody got overly jealous. My father even told me that. Jeffrey, somebody thinks you got everything. To me, I ain't got shit. But I had a loving relationship. You understand it? And it really bothered somebody in the federal department. And they caught me to get it. It's it, man. They're abusing me. So please stop. Killed my mother.